In this video, we're going to be talking about solving a radical equation. This will be an introduction, okay? So for this video, we're going to keep it in real numbers, okay? So no complex numbers. If we get something that's complex, it'll be listed as no solution for us. So in other words, if you have the square root of something that's equal to a negative number, instead of trying to solve this and getting a complex number like 3i or something like that, we're just going to say no solution, okay? So no solution, and I will write that like this, a circle with a line through it. It's the empty set. It means no solution. Okay, so let's begin. So when we've got this first problem, it's got the square root of w is equal to 3. Okay, so what we can do to get rid of a square root at any time when you have it in an equation is you can square both sides. Okay, and a little aside as to why that works. If you have the square root of x, okay, that's the same thing as x to the 1/2 power. Okay, these two things are the same. So if you square the x, or square this, which means you would square this as well, right? Because they're the same thing and it's an equation. What happens here is that you multiply these exponents. So it's 1/2 times 2, which is 1, which means it's x to the 1 or just x. Okay, so that's the reason if you square a square root, you can make the square root and the square cancel and just leave the inside there. Okay, so let's take a look at that first one. We've got square root of w equals 3. I'm going to square both sides. Okay, and see, it cancels out. We get w is equal to 3 squared is 9. You can always check your answer by plugging that back in. So the square root of 9 is equal to 3. That checks out. I plugged in the 9 here and just said, is it true? It is true. The square root of 9 is equal to 3, so that's good. All right, looking at the second one, we have square root of v is equal to -7. This is one of those cases right here where you have the square root is equal to a negative number, and we're going to say that is no solution because you'd have to have complex numbers, and we're sticking with the real numbers for these problems. Okay, the next one we got square root of x is equal to 5. So I square both sides, and that will give me x is equal to 5 squared, which is 25. Does it work? Well, plug in the 25 in place of x. What is the square root of 25? It is 5, so that one checks out. Okay. Square root of u equals 11, so square both sides. All right, and we get u is equal to 121 is 11 squared. And you can plug it in, square root of 121, what is it? Square root of 121 is 11. Yep, that checks out. Okay. The next one, we got square root of u is equal to -8. That is a square root equal to a negative number, and since we're not dealing with complex numbers, this is again no solution. So I'll write a circle with a line through it. And the last one, we've got square root of x is equal to 10. So I square both sides. And that will give me x is equal to 10 squared, which is 100. So if I plug that back in, does the square root of 100 equal to 10? Yes, it does. And that's it.